Hi, my name is Nikki, and in today's video I'm going to be leading you through the balance exercises for Weight to Well-Being. If you'd like to follow along, we're going to be following the Winnipeg in Motion Older Adult Poster Series, the balance exercises. Balance is so important for us to work on at any age, because if we're not practicing balance, it's really easy to lose our balance. So you're going to need a sturdy chair or other surface for today's exercises. So if you're ready, here we go. First, we're going to start by warming up our bodies. So anytime we're about to jump into some more intense exercise, we want to make sure that we're going to warm up our bodies, and that's just going to decrease our chance of injuring ourselves. Okay, so really important to do that. We're just going to start with some gentle activities, and we're just going to do each of them for 30 seconds to get our bodies ready for the upcoming activity. All right, so we're just going to start with a march. And you can go as slow or as fast as you want to with this march. It does not need to be fast, because we're just gently and slowly warming up our heart and our lungs, getting everything ready for the activity that's going to come. All right, keep marching. Make sure you're breathing. It's really easy to hold your breath when we're doing some of these exercises. Sometimes I need to remind myself too, so it's totally normal. I'll give you lots of reminders to make sure that you're breathing. Okay, we're gonna change things up. We're gonna keep the march, but we're just gonna swing our arms gently side to side. All right, so depending on your shoulders, you might have a shoulder injury or some pain. You don't need to go really high. It can just be nice and low. Doesn't need to be up as high as shoulder height, okay? So really make these exercises work for you and how you're feeling today. Awesome. We're going to keep the march, and we're going to add on a backwards shoulder roll. Okay, so again, some of us might have better range of motion than others, and that's okay. Just do what you can. We just want to get, like we said, that body warmed up. All right, we're going to take that shoulder roll and just do it forward. We're still moving our feet if you can. I know sometimes it's hard coordination-wise to get everything moving at the same time. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna take the march out. We're gonna do some hamstring curls. So all we're gonna do is flex our foot and pull our heel right up to our bum. All right, so this is just a good way to warm up those big muscles in the legs. All right, side to side. This one can be a tricky one sometimes coordination-wise, but just do what you can. Awesome job, guys. You should feel that heart rate getting up just a little bit. Maybe you're starting to breathe a little bit faster. Okay, we're just gonna change to a knee up in front instead of that hamstring curl. Okay, if you want, you can see I've just got a little bit of an arm movement here. You don't have to do that. You can keep your arms wherever feels good. But if you want to challenge that brain a little bit, feel free to add those arms in. Awesome. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, we're gonna stop that one. We're gonna take one foot, we're just gonna tap to the front, to the side, and to the back. So front, side, back. Front, side, back. Front, side, back. So this one's gonna challenge our balance a little bit as well. If you need to on this one, it's okay to have, oops, I forgot the side. It's okay to have a chair close to you in case you need to hold on to that chair for some balance. Keep going. Okay, same thing, but on the other side. So front, side, back. Front, side, back. Just making sure those legs are nice and warm. All right. Awesome job, guys. Keep going. Again, don't be afraid to have that chair close by if you need it for some balance. So that was our warm-up. The first exercise we're going to do that's going to work on balance is called walk on a line. So I'm going to come to the edge of my platform here. I'm going to pretend that I have an imaginary line just right down the middle of my platform, and I'm basically just gonna walk. So I'm just going to try to step my feet, so one in front of the other, okay? You can hold your hands out for balance if you need, and if you're close to a wall, you can also use that wall to follow along for that balance if you need that extra bit of help. All right, so we're just gonna do this back and forth a few times. As you get more confident, feel free to take bigger steps or maybe even smaller heel to toe steps. You can play around with it and kind of make it a little bit more challenging or a little bit easier if you need to. All right, let's just do that one more time. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a one-leg stand. I'm going to grab my chair for this, or other sturdy surface would work as well. You just want to make sure your chair doesn't have wheels because you don't want it going anywhere on you. So we're gonna do a one-legged stand. I'm gonna face my chair. I can also stand like this, but so that you guys can tell what I'm doing, I'm gonna face my chair, and all I'm gonna do is lift up one of my feet. I'm just gonna hold it here for a few seconds. You can slowly work on holding it longer and longer. For today, we're just gonna hold it for about 15 seconds, and then we'll switch to the other side. And we'll do that a few times. All right, so you can slowly put that foot down, lift the other one up. Now there's ways that we can also make this harder. So right now I'm holding onto my chair with both hands. If you're finding that your balance is pretty good today and you want to try making it a little more challenging, you can lift up one of those hands, okay? Or you can hold on with just one finger. I've just got one finger, or you can try no hands. Okay, let's try that. Going back to that first leg, and you can play around with those hands if you need to. So 2 hands, 1 hand, 1 finger, or no hands. All right, let's change back to this other leg. Playing around with those hands if you'd like to. Awesome. Okay, that was our one-leg stand. Next, we're going to do calf raises. So I'm gonna keep facing my chair or my sturdy surface like this. I'm gonna hold on here. My feet are gonna be about hip width apart, and all I'm gonna do is raise up onto my heels and hold for a few seconds. So we're gonna go up and down for about 30 seconds. You can drop down, then we'll come up. This exercise is really great because it works on your balance as well as your strength for those lower legs. So it's one of those ones we like to call a twofer. You're gonna get lots of work out of that one exercise. Awesome job, guys. Keep going, a couple more seconds. Last one. All right, we'll drop it down. So that was our calf raise. Next, we're going to move on to knee raises. So I'm gonna turn sideways. All we're gonna do here is we're gonna alternate lifting our knees and holding for a few seconds. So you can hold on to that sturdy surface if you need to. We're gonna lift up one, kind of like we're stepping up over a log, okay? And then put it down. And then you'll alternate to the other leg. Okay, and you can play with that balance again. Right now I have one hand on that sturdy surface. I can do one finger if one hand is just a little bit too easy for me, or I can try no hands. And I find that some days my balance is pretty good and other days it's not very good. So you might be the same. Some days are good, some days are just not quite as good. Okay, so that was our knee raises. Next we're gonna do toe lifts. I'm gonna turn to the side again so that you can see what I'm doing. Kind of the opposite of our calf raise. So now, instead of coming up onto my toes, I'm gonna lift my heels up off the ground. Hold for a few seconds and then lower. And we'll just keep doing that for a bit. So this is also another exercise that's good for balance as well as strength, because now it's working the front of that lower leg. And I can play with my hands again if I need to. 2 hands, 1 hand, 1 finger, or no hands. I find this one a little bit trickier to do no hands, but you can try that out if you would like. Great. All right, so that was our toe lifts. We've got one exercise left. I'm just gonna move my chair back here a little bit. This next one is called the reach forward. So we're gonna have a seat on our chair. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Our knees are just bent at about 90 degrees. I'm gonna put my hands up about shoulder height. They don't need to go any higher. I'm gonna think about that core and engage those muscles. And I'm just gonna slowly lean forward, hold for a few seconds, and then come back. This is good for balance because it's just throwing off that center of gravity a little bit and making us work to not fall out of our chair. Couple more. Okay, so you could, I'll just show you really quickly if you wanted to, you could take this one more step. You could reach forward and stand up out of your chair. Okay, and then back. This one can be a little bit tricky though, because sometimes we just want to make sure we don't miss that chair. So if you want to try that one at home, it's good to have a chair that has arms on it. We reach forward, we stand up, and then as we come down, we kind of reach for those chair arms to sit back down. That's it for our balance exercises today. I hope you enjoyed them, and thank you for joining me.